Creating relationships between child professionals and students. The child professional can be a teacher, a child associate, or the supervising mental health professional, such as a social worker or school psychologist. Relationships need to be created before setting frequencies that allow for instruments to be completed, such as the ACRS, ChildLog, and PSR. Teacher relationships are created by COMET when importing data at the beginning of the school year. However, if you add a new student to COMET, a teacher relationship would need to be created. Mainly, you will be creating relationships for child associates and supervisors. You'll need to be a COMET admin to do so. It's easiest to do this after you created your primary project group. That would be either Cycle 1 or Cycle 2. This way, you can filter on and create relationships specifically for primary project students that are already in the group. To create relationships, go to tabs Admin, Management, and click on Child Professional-Student. Click Retrieve to see a list of all child profs, or enter a child prof's name in the filter, and then click Retrieve. I'll click Retrieve to see all. Note, we don't want to select a school when creating new relationships. The school filter is only used to search for someone who already has a relationship with students in a particular school. So here we have Blue Mental Health Professional, and they have 0 students. We see Blue Child Associate has 8 students. So to add students to Blue Mental Health Professional, I'm going to click on View Students. To add students, I want to leave this first box checked, but I also want to check Show Individuals Without Relationships. Next, I'm going to move to my filter. As mentioned earlier, here you can filter on a specific group. I previously created my Cycle 1 group, and I'm going to filter on that. And if you have access to more than one school, you can also target a specific school. I'll select Blue School. Once filter selections are made, click Retrieve. So here I have a list of all my Cycle 1 students for Blue School. And if I want to create the relationships for everybody at once, in this Select Relationship box, I'll pick the relationship type. So in this case, it's the school psychologist who's the supervisor. And then I will click Apply Default to New Rows. The screen turns purple, and all students are selected with the relationship school psychologist. Click Save, and the relationships are created. And if you're creating relationships for a social worker, you would do the same, only select social worker. And the same with child associate. If you're creating for a child associate, you would select child associate as the relationship type. So now if I close and go back to Admin, Management, Child Prof-Student, and click Retrieve, I see my Blue Mental Health Professional now has 8 students. If I want to view or edit the students, I click on View Students. I leave this first box checked, and now this time to view students with relationships already created, I just click on Retrieve. So here are a list of the relationships. If I need to remove a relationship, all I have to do is unclick and click Save. Now, if I want to add additional students, I can do so. If I click on this little triangle before Retrieve Options, the filter opens. Now say I just want to add one additional student. To do so, I have to have both boxes checked, the first and the third. Then I'm going to search for my student Josh and click retrieve. And now I'm going to select him. And again, I could pick the relationship here and apply to default, or I can just click on the name. And click the relationship and save. So now again, if I want to view all, I can go back to here, unclick, now remove Josh from the filter, and click retrieve. And now I will be showing all individuals that I've created the relationship for. So now I have all my kids in my Cycle 1 group, plus Josh, who I just added with the relationship school psychologist. Now remember, to set frequencies for completing ACRS, child logs, and PSRs, you must first create groups and relationships.